segment. The segment that got to shout out our boy because he loves to chime in on like it, love it, or hated it. Got to definitely get into this one because, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot out there that we like and love and hate. And number one thing we've seen what the schedule is, our 2021 schedule, you've seen who we're playing. Like it, love it, or hate it. How do you feel about it, man?
I'm somewhere in between like it and hate it. I think I'll go like. I'll go like. I don't hate it. Some of the things I like about it is we have some fun games coming up. We've got by finishing in first place, we get to play the Bills, the Packers, the Seahawks, the Chiefs. So there's gonna be some good games coming up, which is kind of exciting. And the way the NFL works, the games you think you're going to win, you lose. The games you think you have no chance on, we're going to play like it's just the way it works. So that's exciting. As someone who doesn't live in the DC area, they're playing at Atlanta, at Carolina. So there's a chance that I might go to 2 games. So that perfect. I can go north-south. Here we go. So I'm excited about that part. But also looking at it, I saw there's a couple times we have like back-to-back away games, but we don't. I think it might have been last year we had 3 away games in a row, and at least those back-to-back weekends, it's like up to Buffalo and back, up down to Atlanta back. Those are short trips. They're not sending us to the West Coast and back-to-back weekends because that would be brutal. So they helped us that way. But we'll get into the next segment of the NFC Beast Gauntlet. That's surprising to me. What'd you think?
Yeah, so honestly, I love it. And speaking to your point, so we have back-to-back. We go to Buffalo, then we have Atlanta. That stays on the East Coast. We have Green Bay and then Denver. So we're going halfway across country, and then we're not that far from that. And then Philly and Dallas. You know what I mean? So still in this part of the country, it's I think I love it personally. Okay. I think this schedule gives us an opportunity to make a solid run at it. You talk about that we have Buffalo, we have the Chiefs, we have Tampa Bay. These are big name teams. On top of that, we're talking the Packers if they keep Aaron Rodgers. Now, if they don't keep Aaron Rodgers, that's a very different team. Right. You know what I mean? They're definitely way down if they don't. But having him obviously makes them a studded team. And then that 5-team gauntlet, that 5-game gauntlet at the end, which we'll discuss in a minute, that I think is going to be huge because there will be, if we have an opportunity, if we go 5-0 or 4-1, that there will be no question like there was this year. We could potentially not have to play to the very end of the game, end of this year, or if we do fall behind, that will give us an opportunity like this past year, where if we were having a bad year, if we win those games at the end, if we win the necessary games, we'll be put in a position to do that. That's perfect for us. So I love it. I love it. I think this plays right into Jack Del Rio's hand. We're not doing a lot of stuff. We're working on team dynamics, camaraderie, chemistry. We got the guys in place. Hey, with our structure and discipline, if we play the way we're supposed to, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So to move on, and we just mentioned it, and I'll start on this one. We have a 5-game divisional gauntlet at the end of the season. First, we got NFL, man. Why are y'all doing us like this? Like, I understand since 2010 and probably beyond, it's always come down to this in our division. For the most part, it's come down to the last weekend of the year, going back to 2012 when we had to beat Dallas for that last weekend. You know what I mean? Last year, we had to beat Philly. They helped us, but whatever. We still won the game, to get in the division. So this right here, I hate it. I know I love that we have. I'd love to improve it. But this, if we played the Chiefs, if we played Tampa, if we played that, it's not a divisional game. You know what I mean? We're going to play our best game against these type of games, 2 against Philly, 2 against Dallas, and a game apart. We go to Dallas, then Philly, then Dallas, then are you kidding me right now? I hate. Why would you do this to us? Why would you do this? Hopefully they fear what we're about to become. That we're going to become dominant. So Will, what do you think, man?
Man, all it does is make me cue these conspiracy theories about the NFL and puppet masters, and it's like they know the NFC. Then maybe they'll be the NFC least again next year, and so it's like, all right, well, if the teams are all kind of around 500 or less, what are ways we can draw interest? Let's have them all play each other in the month of December, and no one has the outright lead, and
Yep.
anyone's game for the entire month of December and now into January. But I think it's awful. Like it totally makes sense. The NFL's logic of the end of the season needs to be your division round opponents again, because like you said, whether it's the last game of the season, the week 16, there's a lot more drama when the division's up for grabs. But to have your very first game against one of those opponents in December, that just makes no sense. And the fact that we have 4 of them in a row, back to back of these opponents, and then we see the Giants again, who we haven't seen since week 2. It's just stupid, I mean, obviously it's going to be one of those things where we won't know where we're at potentially until December, but so there's going to be this drama of what if, unless one of the teams or we go out and run the table and have the great record, but it's just stupid.
Yeah. It is. And when I saw that, I was like, and I, that last game is what really bothers me, because the Giants, like last year, they seem to have our number. I hate it. Ab touched on it a couple weeks ago. They seem to have our number, no matter how bad they are. They had no Saquon last year. Their offense wasn't great, and they still show up. They still show up when they play us. So to have that as the last game of the year, it's kind of like I just do not want to leave it to that game. If it comes down to that game, I'm already shaking.
And isn't it in New York? It's not at home, right?
Yeah, it's at New York. It's at New York.
Yeah.
In January 9th. Come on, man.
Those winds in the metal.
Right. No, man. So hopefully it will. Yeah, we'll already be, we can rest the players, and we're not going to need that game. But if the things you were saying, like the conspiracy theorists and everything, how they're doing it, where they're trying to knock us all out, that's a pinball effect right there. Because I can easily see us winning 4 and then losing that last one, just because we just do not. They have our number for some reason.
Something about it. There is.
Yeah. It's. I don't know what it is. It's. I hate it. Yo, shout out to the people who are watching. Nicholas Rosario, I do admire your guys' enthusiasm. Yes, it will be a tough road. Oh, hey, absolutely. Those last 5 games in division for us, Nick, we are not looking forward to that. But then, Buffalo, like I said, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, New Orleans is still a solid team, even though they lost a lot of guys. Falcons, we can't sleep on them, and a lot of these upstart teams, the Chargers, we were talking about that before. San Diego is going to have a nice team this year. You know what I mean? So you're absolutely right, Nick. And shout out to Anthony Handy, Zagniv Productions. He was saying, Washington will be playing in Atlanta this year, so he might have to go. He's a diehard Falcons fan.
Oh.
He might have to go to that game. I might have to travel this year. I'm gonna put it out to you like that.
I know when you said, what does the return, the NFL schedule mean, man? That's okay. What am I traveling? What's my TV schedule gonna be? I have to put it all, block it off, so I know what's happening on Sunday or Thursday or Monday, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, after we do like Love It or Hate It, we're definitely gonna break down each game, say who we think is gonna win and lose, and we'll also say the time frames, because a lot of the games, except for especially the East Coast, are 1:00 games, and I absolutely love that. That's definitely early. Mm-hmm. So moving on, we're talking about the schedule in Like It, Love It, or Hate It. Our season opener and home opener, like we just mentioned, the San Diego Chargers. Like It, Love It, or Hate It, Will.
I'm going to love this because they could be an exciting team. Mm-hmm. Justin Herbert was surprised a lot of people. So I'd like to put our defense up against them. That could be kind of fun. Might wreck some things out there. Show them what it's like to play in a division that plays defense. But also, here's the thing. They're from Los Angeles.
Yep.
There's too many Chargers fans in the D.C. area. We have a problem filling that stadium with just Washington fans. So this may be the best opportunity for us to not look 50-50, 60-40 towards the other.
Right.
So this might be good.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Yo, shout out to FedEx. They will be having full capacity in these games. So that is gonna hey, we're bringing it back, guys. We're definitely bringing it back. Definitely, get your shot, get whatever you need so we can be back and bring this stuff back to normal. We need our normalcy back, and hopefully this season brings that up. But yeah, Chargers coming from the West Coast. This, you know what I love about this game? I know this isn't the Thursday night game. This isn't the Monday or the Sunday night game, the opening week. But I feel like this is going to be one of the headline games of the 1 o'clock hour. I think this is because we're both considered upstart teams. They have a lot to prove and a lot of hype coming from last year. And shout out to Anthony saying, yeah, San Diego is going to be a little fired up this year. Absolutely agree with you. Melvin Ingram, wasn't he hurt all last year? Or he was hurt?
He's been signed? I don't know if he's been signed yet.
Right. He is still a free agent. Derwin James, their safety, he was hurt last year out of Florida State, shot him out. He'll be back. You got they did great on the offseason, getting linemen and things like that. They did solid. They got Rashawn Slater in the draft, so they're going to be coming prepared. Yeah. We're coming with our new defense and everything, that we got going on. So I'm loving that this is the home opener, the season opener. Hope it's a sunny day in FedEx, tailgating, getting back to going. I love this. I think games like this are going to bring that fire back, bring attention back to Washington. And we got to get that dub. We have to win that game and start things off the right way.
Right.
For sure. So, I absolutely love this. And the last, but certainly not least, we needed, and we talked about this ever since Trent Williams left, we needed somebody to fill that role. We've been looking at linemen. We've been getting certain guys in the offseason. We got guys like LT Charles coming back from injury. Recently, Chicago Bears released their linemen. Will get a little
loud again.
Yeah. Okay, we're good on that. Washington signed ex-Bears left tackle Charles Leno. We all know that Tevin Jenkins got picked up, got drafted by the Chicago Bears. So that, that opened up a spot. So Leno definitely came out. We looked at him, got him in here, and I like it. I like it. Shout out to Nicholas and Delilah on Let's Talk Football, the roundtable. And I asked them once, because we all were confused. He got dropped, he got released, and it was kind of like, okay, he's been with you guys for years. What is it? And they said he's a serviceable guy. He's a pretty solid. He was an alternate for the Pro Bowl a couple years ago. But with Tevin Jenkins, they're looking for him to come in and move right in and play that spot. So, he became available. Let's see what he can do. I think this is going to be great for competition. And if he becomes that guy, let's go. Let's go. Will, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I was with you where I don't really know much about him, to be honest. And so I thought, well, why would you be dropping a starting left tackle?
Exactly.
And people were saying, when he got signed, hey, he's going to be our starting left tackle here, and I didn't think Cornelius Lucas was so bad last year that he shouldn't be given the chance to compete with the new draft pick and let the best man win, maybe groom him. But what I can look at now, you look at the roster, and we have so much more depth than we had before. With Lucas, with Cosme, with this guy Leno now. You've got Morgan Moses on the other side as a starter. We've got some guys who can, if one of the guys get hurt, we can step in. And we were so thin last year. So I think that's a real good step there. And I do think it's going to be a competition. You get $5 million, he probably has the lead going into it, but I certainly hope they say you got to earn it, you got to win it, and so we'll see. And it can only be good. There can be anything bad about this, so you got to like it.
Yeah, and like you said, like you alluded to, they signed him a 1 year, $5 million deal. So essentially, I think they're saying we've given you the opportunity. You know what I mean? Let's see what you can do. If you can get in there on the front line, that'd be perfect. But if not, we have a secure, solid backup. I don't know how he is, if he's just a left tackle. I don't know if he can move along the line. I know that would help if he could, but I mean, like I said, they said he wasn't bad. They said he had a couple games that weren't the best. You know what I mean? But hopefully with our offense and you know, he come in and do what he needs to do. I like it. But I definitely am kind of like looking at it like, because if they want you, if a team wants you, they're not just gonna up and, you know, cut you right away. So that definitely makes me say, what are they not saying? So yeah, we'll see. But I like that we have another lineman. But here we go. Moving on. That was Like It, Love It, or Hate It. And that's